interesting question. That why would the Indian subscriber pay for the news service? So is it in-depth content? Is it wide coverage? Or is it something else? So there could be multiple functional reasons to buy subscriptions. But what works at the subconscious level that may influence their buying behavior could be these three reasons. A FOMO, fear of missing out. So a chance to be part of the community and avoid being in a situation when, let's say, your friends or your colleagues are talking about an interesting article that got published in Inc. 42, and you don't have any clue about it. You because you don't have access to it. So and imagine if this happens on a regular basis. So I think a lot of us would not want to get into that situation where people are talking about a great news content and you don't even have any idea about it. So I think this could be one of the important stimulant for purchase. So in the pursuit and why people would be purchasing, maybe just to acquire status, or acquire self branding, acquire instant gratification, acquire social rewards, or conformity. uh, so and I have seen a lot of users buying Netflix for that matter, because they don't want to left out from their from their community. The other interesting reason that I could think of is greed. So where it's simple transaction, where people are buying for direct profits. Where I put in money and I can see that, okay, there are returns coming in, and let's say people buy Bloomberg Quint, or people buy Markets Mojo or Money Control. So where I know that I will get some content where I can go to the market, I can invest, take that investment and get some money out of it. So it's a tangible ROI that I get. Uh, and the third and important, and where there would be a playground uh, for the content players who are not in depth content players. So let's say who are who are not the who are not helping people to win any market investment, who are not helping you to take better business decisions. And here comes the matter of brand loyalty, a kind of habit formation. So where you have an affinity for a brand that leads to a habit formation, or vice versa, where you have a habit formation and that leads to a brand affinity. And it is very difficult to give away a habit, and especially when you have a habit of reading a newspaper on a daily basis. So that way, I think a lot of brands like the Hindu, Amar Ujala, Dainik Jagran, they can ride on this habit of you know the belongingness, brand loyalty, because people have a habit of reading them for last so many years. And another perspective within this brand loyalty is where, when way I am I'm associating myself with a brand, and I am buying their subscription because I have a habit. While the other is, if a brand is solving my problem of belongingness. So let's say if a brand is created, a newspaper brand is created uh, for a community, for a small set of people who can help each other, who can help each other to grow, who are like-minded people. And these niche media, this kind of niche media would be another reason why people would like to pay for news subscription. And so you have to, there is no linear answer to it, that which model will work for whom. I think there could be one of these things that you can try out, or a combination of these can also be tried out. A lot of brands I've seen have used a combination of FOMO and brand loyalty, for example, and try to. And this is not in India, but in West, brands like NYT have tried this methodology, and the rest is history, that they have already crossed 1 million subscribers. So I think in India also publishers can try this model. Vivek, any thoughts here?
Yeah, no, I agree, right? Brands. I've had, like for the longest time, I've had I've had questions around only how many can they subscribe to, right? And the repetition at some point in time will start eating into somebody else's share. Right? For example, once I have subscribed to, let's say, a Money Control, it becomes extremely difficult for me to even consider another financial news portal. Right? Once I have subscribed to, let's say, something in foreign policy, right, it becomes extremely difficult for something else to sort of compete with that kind of news, right? So and you, and in fact, when I'm looking at all my purchases personally, I've seen that everything has been driven by one specific story which I wanted to get access to. So there was a fear of missing out, which sort of led me to, swipe my card and say, you know what, I'm just going to buy an annual subscription and get done with this, because I don't want to be, paying, thinking about this again and again. I just take this because the story matters to me right now. I want this content, right? And so yeah, that's what I sort of I kind of agree over here with you. Yeah.
So are you also saying that because you wanted to get rid of that hassle of seeing the paywall again and again, and that's why you have bought, or was it a FOMO?
No, it was strictly FOMO. The only time I paid because the paywall was getting irritating was for YouTube. Right? So in fact, for YouTube, on my personal account, I pay for YouTube Premium. On my official account, I don't pay because I want to see ads. As of the perils of this job is you want to see ads and see which kind of ads are good and bad and ugly, and sort of try to get inspired from there. But on a personal account, it was just the nagging, just the irritation of multiple video ads being played to you over and over and over again on YouTube, which led me to, take my money and go away and do not ever show up in my face. Yeah.
I can completely relate to this this situation where you cannot you cannot get rid of it because you want to consume the both type of content, but still it is quite annoying to see those ads again and again, especially when you are you are watching you are listening to your favorite song, for example, and now they've started showing the ads even in between the songs, and that's quite quite annoying.
The worst part is YouTube does not, and this is again, perils of being a marketeer and working in the ad tech industry. YouTube does not have enough demand. YouTube does not have enough ads or enough unique ads to show to me as a user, right? So I know for a fact that if I go to YouTube right now, for the next 3 months until March in this country, all I will see is an insurance ad playing to me in loop, right? It'll most likely be, a Max Life insurance ad, right? And they haven't yet figured out that I'm a HDFC guy, right? So which is even just all the more disappointing for me that the publisher ends up creating a very bad experience for the end user, right? And they're never able to attribute what led to the real purchase, right? In this case, YouTube thinks I purchased because of, because I like their content. No way in hell. I do not like their content. I have never subscribed to a single YouTube original in my life, but that's what it is.
I'm sure they would, Google would be tracking that what would be your exact reason. And
I hope they're tracking about this.
They're still listening to you, so you never know.